Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to have a look at Kithara. So this is a new contact instrument and it came out sort of late last year, is part of the Collector's 15 edition. So that is the one that I got this year in the Summer of Sound. So it is a bit different because it's a cinematic guitar library, and I don't think there's really that many of them around. So it kind of uses the 4-layer idea, but in a different way, as you can probably see. There's not really a massive picture of this to see all the controls, but anyway, so it's an eclectic collection of guitars and plucked stringed instruments from across the world. Shape and layer up to 4 different instruments at once for immersive and evolving soundscapes. Craft organic granular textures with the Fragments engine. In fact, I'll open this and hopefully you can maybe see this a bit better, because this is the kind of about the biggest one I can get, and it's not very high res. So you can see there's main, layers, fragments, and effects, and these are the layers. But there's an attack, sustain, release. This is obviously created by Audio Imperia, mod wheel and expression, and there's 5 macros here, and I'm assuming that these will change depending on the preset, so you can maybe kind of see that a bit clearer, because like I said, and I'm still trying to work out what this is or what it's supposed to be. I thought this was kind of like a face, but I'm not really sure. You can see it's kind of Japanesey looking, and it's got like strings and chord, and I don't know, this is like a bridge from I really don't know. But when you look at it from like this distance, that kind of looks like a face, and that could be hair, and I have no idea. So answers on a postcard, please, to David Tom Creations. So what do you think this is actually supposed to be? So from classical, flamenco and steel guitars to these 3 that I can't pronounce, enter a world of cinematic guitars with Kithara. Each instrument is recorded in stunning detail, creatively performed and transformed with rich sound design, from ebow pads to granular mandolin soundscapes and rhythmic tremolos. So it certainly does sound a bit different. Kithara blends raw, organic tones with modern possibilities, letting you craft everything from delicate plucks to sweeping textures. Lush, layerable strings. Kithara's 4-layer engine offers deep control of over 350 sound sources. The attack layer delivers crisp plucks and short elements like a marcato, while the sustain layers introduce depth with textural loops, strummed beds, ebow, drones and pads, and then the release layer activates a sustained sound fade, adding a natural decay or subtle sound design elements. Each layer can be individually customized, enabling you to mix and match articulations and fine-tune sounds. So you've got pan, tune, stereo spread and reverb send for each one, and there's obviously a sound, a shaping and a mapping. Pretty flippin' complicated, I have to say. We go into fragments and it gets even more complicated. So I did watch the walkthrough, and I really couldn't understand a lot of it, which is a bit worrying. So explore our 300 expertly designed presets, easily filtered by bow, plucked, textural and rhythmic qualities, as well as by mood and instrument type. Transform the tone of each layer with curated character effects, adding vintage tape-like warmth with degrade, sharpening and distorting textures with shatter, or creating a dreamlike blur with diffuse. So these are the macro controls. You've got degrade, shatter, diffuse and fragments mix there. So this is obviously designed for this particular page, and you can see there's variation slots, voices and harmony. The effects, so these are the degrade, shatter and diffuse, so you've got character and mix as well here. So Kithara's Fragments engine introduces granular fluttering effect that infuse your textures and pads with intricate details. So these fragments drift through the sustain and release layers, creating evolving harmonic patterns that ripple with subtle variations, adding depth and motion to your soundscapes. With precise control over movement and harmony, the Fragments engine lets you shape velocity, pitch and density, tailoring their delicate and unpredictable nature to your composition. Sculpt your soundscape. Kithara's flexible modulation system lets you dynamically adjust volume, panning, tuning and effects, breathing life into each parameter. So the options page offers advanced customization with velocity controls, aftertouch assignments and a tightness knob for precise timing and responsiveness. True mapping ensures seamless integration across layers, providing full control over key range and triggering. And play it with control keyboards, and there it is. That's my new keyboard. Oh, it's so beautiful. Yeah, so that is the S61, which has aftertouch and all sorts of new exciting features. Created with Audio Imperia, the go-to for cinematic virtual instruments. Audio Imperia are a team of musicians committed to creating compositional tools of the highest standards, renowned for their innovative and expressive orchestral instruments. Meticulously crafts each product from the world's best musicians. So based in the US and the UK, all right. They draw on a diverse range of perspectives to develop tools. Well, I don't know what else they've done, but I certainly haven't come across them. So I'll need to have a look and see what else they've been involved with. So it is quite large, 21 gigabyte. And it has 300 presets. You can actually use this with the Kontakt player, so you don't need the full version of Kontakt. I think I might actually download the manual, because that would be quite useful. Let's just have a look and see. It's going to be quite long. Yeah, so it's about 40 pages long. I think that's worth downloading. So let's go back and I will play some actual sound demos. I have to say, I don't really do much guitar stuff. And when it came out last year, I thought, oh, I do like that. So I was just kind of waiting until Summer of Sound to hopefully get it. Very nice. So this is a dark and suspenseful track, highlighting the 20 years later Bode cinematic soundscape, dark clouds, droplets, what the hell? It's got about 10 presets in it. Ghost Town, Soap, Twinkling Major. It does sound very nice, I have to say. And obviously you could match this up with some other Native Instruments plugins. Some of the other orchestral ones, the Symphony series. Oh, here we go. An alternative hip-hop beat driven by rumbling 808s. Right, so this is using the organic plucks of the dobro and mountain dulcimer. Oh, certainly working for me. A gentle, fantasy-inspired soundtrack that highlights the Acropolis, ambivalent underscore, slipstream, better times, accelerando strums and disconcerted. How many? There's like more. I'm not even going to read them all. Right, so there's another 10 presets. There doesn't sound like there's that many. It's quite a slow build up, this one. I'm interested to see where it's going. Right, here we go. It's very cinematic, I'll say that. Right, this is a cinematic piece infused with folk undertones, spotlighting another God knows how many presets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 presets. I have to say, these are probably some of the best audio demos, because normally I skip half of them. A delicate tremolo plucks of a classical guitar intertwined with shimmering atmospheric textures to create an ethereal soundscape. Well, that sounds right up my bloody street. And let's just bump up the volume a bit. Well, there we go. That was all 8 of the demo tracks, and I think those were definitely some of the best I think I've ever heard. That is it for today. It has gone on quite long. I will do a separate video going over the whole thing, and that's probably going to take quite a while because it does look bloody complicated. It's certainly a bit different from the usual thing that they do, but probably obviously because there's this other company involved. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and if you did, please like, subscribe, share and comment, and I will see you in part 2 of Kithara.